Okay, so clearly James Harden wants out of Philadelphia. He's been making a big deal about it all over the media, and he's finally requested a trade. And apparently, he has beef with Daryl Morey. For y'all who don't know who that is, it's this guy on the left. He's the president of the Sixers. So we're going to get James Harden out of Philly today. So like the intro said, we're going to be getting James Harden out of Philly today. So what that entails, I'm going to go in and I edited his contract to give him 2 more years for about what he was making. And we're going to be trading him to the Clippers because apparently that's where he wants to go. Now, we don't know what the Clippers have to offer. I'd assume they wouldn't trade Paul George or Kawhi. And honestly, that's where most of their contracts are. So we're going to trade them a couple of worse players and then a whole bunch of picks because I'm assuming that's probably what's going to happen. So, I don't know. Probably Norman Powell's getting thrown in there. His contract's pretty big. Maybe Robert Covington. And then, I don't know, 3 or 4 first rounds. Because, honestly, those 2 players aren't that great. I mean, they still cook me. All respect to them. But in the grand scheme of the NBA, they're not that great. So, I'd assume the Clippers would have to throw the Sixers some picks here. Maybe not 4, though, because he's on a short contract. I think I'll take off one of those picks and I'll make it 3. I think that's better because he is a short contract and James Harden is getting older. So let's go ahead and accept this trade. Let's take a look at both of these rosters. So first we have the Sixers, and at this point it's pretty much Embiid, Maxey, and Tobias Harris, and they're all right outside of that. But the Clippers look really good now. Kawhi, James Harden, Paul George, Zubac, Westbrook. I mean, they have a good starting 5. And they're also pretty deep. They have some good pieces coming off the bench, some high 70s. So let's go ahead and sim a couple games. I just want to see what type of numbers is James Harden going to put up on the Clippers. Because obviously they also have Russ. I don't know if they'll have Russ coming off the bench. And then, of course, Paul George and Kawhi are going to have the ball a decent bit. So I just wonder what numbers are James Harden going to put up. So the first 3 games actually lose the first 2, which is surprising. I mean, I thought they would be one of the best teams in the league. But they do blow out the Suns, and they beat the Rockets pretty handily, but they lose to the Magic. And versus the Suns, let's see what James Harden did. 21-12. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Not scoring as much as he did in Houston, obviously, and a little bit less than in Philly, which makes sense because there's more talent. But he's still putting up great assist numbers. So, good stuff, James Harden. And here we have James Harden, 15-11. So it looks like he's going to be a double-double machine. Yeah, 17-9, getting almost 10 assists every single game. That's great. Let's go to the All-Star break. Okay, so here at the All-Star break, I see Joel Embiid is starting for Team Jokic. Makes sense. He's obviously great. And then the only other player from either team that I see is Kawhi Leonard, which is kind of surprising because I thought we might see James Harden, but I guess not. And nothing is stopping this man Jokic. He drops a 30-point triple-double, and after this, he's probably just going to go back to Serbia and just ride some horses. But there were no awards for either team. But you can see Joel Embiid here on All-NBA second team, Kawhi in there on All-NBA third team, and then Paul George and Kawhi respectively are on first and second. So some decent, I guess, accolades for the teams, but not anything too crazy. And the Sixers end up the 4 seed and the Clippers end up the 2nd. Let's go ahead and check these standings. So the Clippers finished 2nd seed, like I said, 53-29, and the Sixers are right there. They're 49-33. So great seasons for both these teams. I thought the Sixers would be significantly worse, but they might have had some signing or something I didn't realize. You can see here Harden went crazy, over 10 assists a game. I mean, like I said, he was a double-double machine. He also shot 43% from 3. Insane. Great season for James Harden. I mean, it might be the place to go for him. But Embiid went crazy. 33 points. I mean, it makes sense. There's no one else on the team with him, so he's going to put up a bunch of numbers. But, yeah, like I said, surprising that the Sixers were this good. I guess Embiid really just stepped up. So in the first round, the Clippers got a matchup versus the Mavericks. Let's check these teams. Or actually, let's just simulate these rounds because the first round, both teams should make it through, hopefully. But on the other side, the Sixers are they're actually down to the Pacers, but they do clutch up in Game 7. Just barely, they clutch up in Game 7. So the Clippers are into the second round. and they're looking to play the Thunder. The Thunder are usually pretty good in simulations because their young players get a lot better. So let's check out what this Thunder team is looking like. I mean, I'm sure they still have Shea, Josh Giddey, but what is the rest of the team looking like? Oh, wow, they look really good. They picked up Kyle Kuzma. I guess he chose not to pick up his option with Washington, but yeah, that looks pretty good. Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren. I'm surprised Chet isn't a little higher right now because he's only an 80, and normally in simulations he's like an 83, 84 at this point. But unfortunately, the Sixers do have to play the Hawks, who have been going crazy this year in 2K. I mean, this man Trae Young be averaging 30 and 15 in the regular season. I've seen Trae Young beat out Jokic, beat out Embiid, beat out Giannis for MVP. So good luck to the Clippers. So let's simulate this round. Sorry, not the Clippers, the Sixers. Clippers are actually up 3-0. They're looking to sweep, but the Sixers are down 3-0. And they get swept. Wow. So the Sixers get swept, but the Clippers get a gentleman sweep and win in 5 games. So Clippers are into the next round to play New Orleans. And New Orleans looks good, man. They're very balanced. 82s across the board, and then obviously you have Zion, who's a 94 now. I mean, if Zion progressed like he did in 2K, this man would be an MVP. He just needs to lay off that food and lay off the porn stars. But hey, what do I know? Let's go ahead and simulate this round. Oh, wow, they're down 2-0 quick. And they're down 3-0. Oh my. I'm going to go ahead and change the minutes. Try to make sure that, they can get back into it. And who's cooking us? I don't even know. But yeah, like I said, let's change these minutes. And before we get into Game 4, if you watch this far, you're clearly enjoying. So you might as well drop a like on the video. Comment what other types of videos you want to see. And subscribe because I make more videos like this pretty regularly. But yeah, let's go ahead and sim this Game 4. We'll simcast the game. If it's close, we'll hop in. If not, we'll just let it run through. Obviously, they're facing elimination here, and they're getting destroyed. This game's already over, man. Clippers, come on. Your team looks so good, and you're just going to go out like that? And they lose by 14. I mean, they made it closer than it was at the beginning, but oh my. You have so many good players. You have Kawhi, Paul George, James Harden. You can't win? That's so bad. But I guess we'll get to see the Hawks and the Pelicans in the finals. It looks like the Hawks, they are going to win. It got close there for a second. Trae Young drops 35? No, sorry, that's 25. Anyways, I'm going crazy. But yeah, super disappointing season for the Clippers. I mean, I guess it's not that bad. They did get to the conference finals, but your team looks great. Kawhi, Harden, Paul George. I thought they could really get it done. But if you did enjoy this video, odds are you'll like the one that's on the screen right now. So make sure to check that out. But otherwise, have a great day.